Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Sweep Talk. I'm Allison.
And I'm Annette, and this week we're going to be showing you some of our latest designs and talking about our latest sew-alongs.
Yes, we have two going at the moment, so we've got lots to show you.
Yes, and we're in our new premises, so we've moved a few weeks ago, that's why we've been off air. So this is our new filming room.
It's a bit of a temporary set, but that's all right, we're getting there.
That's right, so
we'll get into
the new designs. Mm-hmm. So this. Released just this week.
That's called the Hibernation Habitat table runner. It comes in 4 different hoop sizes, the 4x4, 5x5, 6x6 or 7x7.
And there's some little, it's perfect for nature lovers. There's some little animals on there. So there's a bear.
So the bear's up the top here.
A chipmunk.
And that's the chipmunk.
A skunk. And a hedgehog, and they're all sleeping. They're sleeping in their little habitat, so this is their hibernationing.
Yeah, it would make a beautiful quilt or something. You could actually mix those squares with any other square blocks from other quilts that we have. We have some nice autumn-looking borders, and actually even this block quilt behind us here.
Yes,
is the what is that called?
Trapunto.
4 leaves Trapunto quilt. So even if you combine some of those blocks with something like that,
you could, couldn't you? See, they're the same size block.
Yeah.
So we would have made these in the 6x6. So you could mix them around, couldn't you? Easily.
Yep. So.
Okay, Allison, will you just skip to the last segment of the? I was going to talk about that last. Yes. So we've just finished the video now.
You do it again.
So another design we did, and this was only a couple of weeks ago too. And again, we must be just channeling our fall autumnal colours, Allison, even though it's spring here in where we are in Australia. Yeah. So this is made in
5x7.
Yeah, 6 hooping. So there's 4 sides, a block on the bottom, and a block on the top. We've made ours with a combination. So there's fabric. We have our cork fabric and some PU faux leather. You could make that in all fabric if you wanted to. Sometimes we just feel things like this are more serviceable.
We love using it on the base of things because if they get dirty, you can just wipe them off, and it's a lot stronger than fabric. But you don't have to do that.
No, if you had that leaning against
a door, would be a nice scrap buster. You could even do the whole thing in all different colours all the way around. And there's some beautiful quilting.
And talking
on
about
the top and the bottom part.
Talking about scraps, Allison, it's weighted. We've put marbles in there because they're heavy, but we've also got our scrap batting in there as well. So we've got the marble, so the weight from the marbles, but they're kind of wrapped in a.
So it's soft still.
Soft, yeah. Yep. So you need something heavy because you're going to be keeping a door open. So that's that's called our Doorstop design.
Yes. Who thought of that name? That's incredible.
I'm not sure.
Actually, I don't think it was me for a change, so I can laugh.
What about this is our next design. So this is our spinning flower table centre. It's just one panel, but you sew it 12 times.
So to actually see the blocks of that. It's going along there and then along there. So there's a bit of applique, some beautiful quilting, and then a lovely little design over here. You could leave that off if that doesn't go with what you're creating, but it's beautiful to pull out some of the colours that are in it.
And that can be made in the 5x7, 6x10 or 7x12 hoop.
Yeah, and I think that was made in the 6x10.
Yeah. But
isn't that pretty?
We've used really
facet fabric.
Pretty wild colours in there. You can have it more subdued with plainer colours or whatever you do.
We've seen quite a few on the Facebook group. And when we see some and they've entered to Project for the Week, we're able to put them on the website. So you'll see some of those customer photos there, which is a great way to get some inspiration.
Yep.
No one cares if people copy their idea, I don't think.
Well, they say if someone sort of...
It's a best form of a compliment or something.
Yeah, except for not copying our designs.
No,
that's not. Okay, so the next design I wanted to show, and this was released a few weeks ago, but it's mixing in with all of our orange. So, you know, I could wear that out, couldn't I?
Yes.
So this is called our Strappy Clutch. and that's the handle there. So it's attached in the seam, and you can wrap it around and put it through this loop. So it's just a different way of
Well, it's what a lot of young people like to do now. They like to just carry a little clutch out with them,
Yeah.
and you can just hang it on your hand. So you
like that.
yeah, and you could let go of it too if you're in a shop or something. You're trying to do something.
Oh
with
yeah, if
both
you
your
need two hands, that is a good idea. So that's that one. So this comes in 4 different sizes. It's made in one hooping, and it just needs a little bit of.
It's 2 hoopings, I think, because the flap.
Oh yeah, 2. Yeah, sorry.
The flap would be made in one hooping.
But then the base, and
It's
then it's all
assembled and everything in
so
the
it's
second
all
hooping.
no raw seams in the lining, and it's all sort of turned inside out through.
So you don't need a sewing machine for that one, although we did make the strap for using a sewing machine. So you could use purchase webbing or ribbon or whatever you want to use for that.
And again, we've used cork, and I think I've got a roll of it here. So this is our cork fabric, perfect pro cork, light cork. So this is a really thin one, but you don't need to use. You could use whatever you like to that strap.
Yeah, but we purposely do have a thinner type cork fabric because it's easier to sew with. So you can see that we've been able to turn out that flap, and we've still got nice corners and everything on it, and it's still tough. So
But still very pliable too, isn't it?
Yep. So
I think I might take that home with me. I think that's just perfect.
That is perfect with that shirt.
Perfect. Okay, so more orange things is the pumpkin pot holder.
Yeah.
Oh no, well, oven glove it is actually. Okay, so this design is now available on our website. So it's got some applique or fall leaves. So that can be made in either the 6x10 or 7x12 hoop. Can't be made in any smaller because it just wouldn't be practical.
A couple of people have already made it, and they're commenting on how it's actually a really practical oven mitt. So you just put your hands in there, and we've used some Insul Bright in there, which is basically a type of batting which has a foil on it, so it can actually hold hot things without melting or anything, and also protecting your hand.
Yeah, so that's a very cute design.
Yeah, and
we've made that to go along, separately purchased, but they can go along with our Kiss sew along that's started last week for September.
Yeah, it's got the same hatch embroidery on here as on our coasters.
Yeah.
So you could make it and have a nice set in your kitchen.
That's right,
so it all matches.
So this is our Kiss sew along, and Kiss stands for Keeping It Simple Sew Along. So this is our second. We have 2 sew alongs now a month. This is an easier one and a quicker one. If you're pressed for time. These are just easy. They're just made totally in the hoop.
Yeah.
On soluble stabiliser. You can leave out the lettering. So if you don't want to have the letters spelling out fall on those coasters, you don't need to. You can leave them off.
If you change the letters in the sew along group, though, you aren't entered for the competition.
You are. You can leave them off.
Yeah, but you can't.
But you can't put different letters on.
Ones,
no.
Yeah. So,
and with this design and this sew along, anyone who's in the sew along group gets this design 30% off. So that's a good discount. So look out for that one.
And you know what I was thinking too with these, in this larger size, if you put Insul Bright or something in it, it'd be beautiful to put beside your stove.
Yeah.
And use it as like a hot pad or something. You have to be careful with your thread. Yeah. So, but it would be a nice.
You could put a teapot or a hot pot on it or something like that. Yeah, so that's lovely. So that's that one. So that's that sew along, and then we've got our main sew along, the main September sew along
here. And the reason behind doing 2 sew alongs now is just that we know that people are pressed for time.
That's right.
And we actually get a lot of feedback from you all through our Facebook groups and everything. Some people email us as well. But in the Facebook groups, we see a lot of comments from people saying, I won't have time this month to do it or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're just now having our usual type sew along, and then the quick one for people who are a bit more pressed for time or even learning still do machine embroidery. The simpler ones are a great way to learn because we also do a full video with all our instructions.
That's right.
For our sew alongs. So there's a full video on how to make these.
And with this sew along, with the Kiss sew along, we ask that you just make what the design is. So if it's a coaster this, you make the coaster. Whereas with the main September sew along, you can make, as long as you use all the panels in that sew along design, you can make anything you like. So these 5 panels have formed a table runner here, but you could make a quilt or a cushion and still be eligible for that.
So we have a list of what the plants are.
Yep.
So this one here is a Swiss cheese plant.
Yep.
And then there's ivy, which is a vine. peace lily plant,
or a spathiphyllum.
spathiphyllum, yep, a golden pothos, and a prayer plant block.
I think this is called caladium too, this one.
So this peace lily plant, it reminds me of when I first moved out of home.
Oh,
And I think I was about 23 and I had bought a unit, and a friend gave me one of these and said, I'm giving this to you because you cannot kill
Oh no.
a spathiphyllum or peace lily plant. I think it lasted probably like 3 weeks or so.
Oh.
I'm not good with
They
plants.
are pretty hardy. That's why these are all indoor plants, so
Yeah.
they don't need too much sun or
No.
light to grow.
I think I tend to not water them much and then think, oh, I should be watering it, it's dying, and then I overwater it.
And then it probably dies of shock because you've actually given
Anyway.
it some care.
So I'm not great with plants. So, but I could have this in my house.
Yes. So again, this is
And
called
this
the
wouldn't
Indoor
die.
Plants Table Runner. It's available on the website. Anyone can purchase it. But if you join our September sew along, you'll get a 30% discount code.
That's right, and you don't even have to sew it in the sew along and post your photos or anything.
No.
You can get the discount,
code,
but
yeah.
the code is in the group. So
Yeah.
join the group
Yep.
to get the code.
So again, you could use all of these blocks and make whatever. You could put them in any combination. You don't have to put them in the order we have.
No,
You could make 2 cushions. You could do a quilt.
that is a beautiful cushion, wouldn't they?
Yeah, beautiful.
All right.
So that's the sew-alongs. Then another one that's just been recently released is the Happy Birthday flag. So there's that one. So that's done in 3 sections. So this was done in a 6x10
Did
hoop.
Alyssa sew this?
Yeah, I think so.
I think she did. If she's got beautiful embroidery on glace fabric there, which is good for you to see actually, because I think a lot of people think you just have to use quilter's cotton
Yeah, that's right.
when you're doing machine embroidery, but actually you can experiment with different fabrics. Stretch fabrics can be difficult
Yeah, that's
because
right.
they can stretch if they have a lot of embroidery on.
And the
But as long as
machine-
it's a stable sort of fabric.
Yeah.
I was trying to think if we use a lot of upholstery fabric in bags and stuff,
Yeah.
and the girls are getting a bit inventive now using our
Yeah, it just
using our
makes things
mesh
interesting.
and all sorts
You might
of
not be able
things.
to pick it up in the photos, but that
No.
is a beautiful embroidery on glaze. And there's some actually used in these plant
Oh,
blocks
that's right.
as well. And different
And
kind of
That's an upholstery
Yeah.
fabric there too. It just gives it a little bit of a lift with texture and everything.
It does.
It's hard to see in our photos sometimes,
the
but
sky's the limit,
in
really,
real
isn't it,
life-
when it comes to what you can use?
really just experiment.
It is. So this Happy Birthday one could be made in a 5x7, 6x10 or 7x12 hoop. You make the panels in the hoop and then you join it together with your sewing machine. So that's that little one, that's a Happy Birthday one.
You could also make it as a table runner
Oh yes, you could, you just flip make more.
because you could use this panel and then put these 2 up this end and it would make a beautiful table runner.
Or you just, oh yeah, you have to have it even.
Oh
you
no,
have to-
you're right. You could, or you could put that one there. Yeah, whichever way
Yeah.
you want to do it.
It's always awkward when you're making table runners having to know which way to have the...
You're facing.
Someone on the table's always watching from a different angle.
That's right. Well, if you did all it again, then
Yeah.
people everywhere.
Or the birthday girl or the birthday person sits at the end and they
It's
have
like
the
an
happy
arrow.
birthday aiming at them. So that's that one.
Oh dear.
Another bag we've got, Allison, is that Walker bag over there.
Yep. And this is so pretty.
Yeah, so I hope James can zoom in on all these panels and the other panels on the other side, Allison. You've got
Yeah,
the-
there's a lot of things to show with this bag. The idea, of course, is that you can use these Velcro straps and attach them to your handle of your walker or Zimmer frame. And also you can use it on a pram. Alyssa has stolen this on occasion to use
Yeah,
on her
it's
pram
very
for
handy
Remy.
on a pram for a new mum.
So we've got lots of pockets. If it's hanging on your walker, obviously you probably want to put your shopping or whatever in there, but there's a handy spot here for your phone or your purse.
Well, it's
or
secure
something.
too with the zip, so you know nothing's going to fall out.
Then there's a couple of spots over here where you could put
Shopping
other things,
list or something.
shopping list, a notebook, and then a pen
Yeah,
pocket for actually a couple of pens.
yeah,
so
that's great. Very
if
handy.
you're wandering around, you
And
can
that way
take
you don't have to
everything.
go fishing in your bag to get things out all the time, do
No.
you? You've got them handy on the outside.
And actually, we've got some stuffing in there we don't need to see. They've also done some beautiful pockets inside there to keep everything organised. Not sure if that's light enough in there, but you can probably get the idea. And then on the other side of it, look at that beautiful applique and embroidery. It's gorgeous. We also have added these little ties at the bottom here So on a walker frame, there's a bar.
Yeah, so you can have it tied onto the bar for a bit more
so
stability.
you can make it more secure.
You could probably do that on the pram too, on a stroller. That would go across the bars at the top, and then the frame again you could tie it on, so it's not flapping.
Just so it doesn't flap around.
A bit more secure. So this bag can be made in a 6x10 or a 7x12 hoop. So that's our walker bag.
Walker bag. We've used one of our beautiful Swpea zippers. I just noticed it's our rose gold metallic look zipper. And the benefit of these zippers, of course, is that they're not really made of metal, but they look like it, and you can actually sew over those
without hurting your
zips
needle
in the embroidery machine without breaking your needles.
I just had a thought, Allison, too. If you were a fan more of zippered pockets rather than open pockets, you could just make 2 of these panels.
Good thinking, 99.
So you could just do away with this whole panel with the loose pockets, and you could make 2 of these zippered pockets and have it there. You could even have them on the back. You know,
that's right.
The
You can
sky's
do
the
whatever.
limit.
And actually, I forgot to tell you as well that there's actually even pockets on the
sides,
end as well. So
very handy for glasses or whatever. It's lovely. It's very nice. So while we're talking about bags, we might talk about this one.
This one?
I'll get rid of
So
this.
cute.
So this is our dinosaur pocket bag. If you know Swpea Designs, you'll know that we've had quite a few pocket bags now. We have a fairy pocket bag.
Yep, we have a car one.
Pocket bag. What was the other one that we had?
We have the woodland animals.
And the Australian animals.
So
So this is about the 5th one.
and now we have dinosaurs.
So
That
these are
come
made
out
in, these
in
are
the
made in the
pockets.
hoop, these little stuffies.
So how cute is this for, you could either gift it or grandma could keep it, and if you're taking a little one to church or shopping or something like that and you want to give them something to keep them entertained, you can put all your baby supplies and everything in the bag.
A new mum, if she had, the pram, she'd have this packed with all her nappy supplies.
Yep.
Then if the baby gets a little bit, the toddler gets a little bit
Give them
bored,
something to
give
play
them a
with.
toy. So they're very cute.
It is cute.
Yes.
I'll just show you the back as well, James. There's some quilting here, and of course it's dinosaur feet.
It's like it's walked up the panel.
Yeah.
So I was just reading to see what the dinosaurs are because I'm really bad with my dinosaurs.
Oh, have we got names?
The T-Rex, I think. That's a T-Rex. This is the Triceratops. And the other one is a Brachiosaurus. So you can have fun with the fabrics on them too.
Go.
And they can go into any pockets, they can get moved around. That bag can be made in a 5x7, 6x10 or that 8x12, so you can get a really big bag with that one.
I'm losing things.
The next thing we want to show,
Big bags?
no,
Oh,
what? We're going to get this away and we're going to pull out this little number. Isn't she fabulous?
so gorgeous.
Fabulous. So this is our surprisingly named witch hanger.
And it can be made in the 5x7, 6x10 or 7x12 hoops.
And this was made in the 6x10 hoop. So if I turn it around, you can actually see the panels. So there's one panel there, one panel there, one panel there, and one panel there.
And you'll notice that her boots and everything even look all right from the back.
Yeah, sometimes things don't, but that looks great, doesn't it?
And her little skirt is also around the back. And have a look at those shoes.
So this one
It's beautiful.
was made in the 6x10 hoop, and I'm just getting the dimensions of it. It's 26 centimetres wide and 87 centimetres long, or 10 inches wide across there,
34 inches
34
long.
long. So you can imagine how tall it would be if you use the 7x12, be even bigger than that.
Yeah. And I didn't even notice this before, but they've even used our red glitter PU for her lips.
Yeah,
Have you noticed that?
yeah, and I love her little beauty spot.
Yeah.
She's absolutely gorgeous. So I posted a little video of Tim holding this the other day in our Facebook group, and we had quite a few requests for
You did
something
that,
similar
didn't you?
for
So,
Santa.
yeah, for Santa,
so
yeah.
people could see actually how big it
Yeah.
was.
Because from the photo, you
no.
can really get no idea.
So Emma and Sylvana are now busy trying to organise doing
Santa?
a Santa design
Yeah.
in the same concept. So we'll see what they come up with there.
Yeah. I hope they don't give him a pretty short skirt or anything.
I don't think so.
No.
And then there's a handbag.
Oh, yeah.
So this was just released. This is our spiderweb clutch. So this one was made in the 6x10 hoop. but it can be made in a 5x7 or a 7x12. Just show that. So all that stitching that makes up the web of the spider's web is done. That's all embroidery.
Yeah, so there's the outlines of the web, and then there's also all this fill. That's a tack down type stitch, a knockdown stitch, which gives it more dimension and everything, and you get
It's great, isn't it?
completely different effect actually if you used black and white.
So again, the flap is made in one hooping, and the bag is made totally in another hooping. And then you even we even include in the instructions how to put the little D-rings on for your straps. But you might decide that you just want it to be as a clutch, and you don't even need to put them on. You can choose what you do. So that's that one. Then, these were from last year, but I just thought because we had some autumny fall things out. So these are our stuffed pumpkins. There is actually 3 sizes, but I noticed one of the girls out there sewing is using one as a pincushion. So I could have got it, but... And it comes with the leaf pattern in it too. This one's... We mustn't have put the leaf on this one.
And probably on this larger one it's easier to see. There's cute embroidery on each of the blocks, and there's different types. This one here, that's a leaf.
Yeah, so that's very cute.
It's beautiful.
That's good. And then we've got a couple of, this is just a another flag. We've actually added the words hello autumn.
Autumn, yeah.
So if you don't want to say hello fall, you can say hello autumn. That can be made in the 5x7, 6x10 or 7x12 hoop. And again, it's got the 3 panels. You can probably see it better there. 1, 2, 3. They're made all in the hoop and then joined on your sewing machine. So that's that one.
Lovely one.
And then what you touched on before, Allison, was our 4-leaf trapunto quilt. So this was made last year, but I just thought when I was doing the set that it just matched all the other colours, didn't it, perfectly. So again, you can mix and match this with other designs.
And here's a prime example of using other fabrics, because this is hessian
or burlap. Yeah, you can see it there too without the stitching on it. It's not hanging straight there.
Which makes it rustic. You might not want that if you're using it as a bed quilt.
No.
But as a beautiful wall hanging or
something.
something.
Or even a cushion, a pillow.
Yeah, a cushion, yeah.
Or a table runner. So again, it just, how the design looks, it just is really dependent on the fabric, colours and everything you use.
Yeah.
So that's that. And then we were just going to talk about...
It's a new surprise?
Yes, it's a new surprise. You can talk about the new surprise.
That's our new duffel bag.
We've had a lot of people over the years requesting duffel bags. And we finally came up with a pattern.
Thought if we're going to do one, we'd do a good one, a nice big one that would be perfect for taking on an overnight trip or something.
So it's
or
not
sport.
So it's not going to be a sew along as such, but we will make a separate Facebook group just for the duffel bag
because it's something different to what we've done before.
Yeah.
In the video, we include instructions on how to do piping and everything on it. And then we have a simpler version where we haven't used the piping, so you can make it either way. And we've also made it in a couple of different hoop sizes. So this one here is a square block, and I think it's the 7x7. Yes, it's a 7x7 hoop that you could make that in. And then this one here uses 5x7 blocks. So someone who has a machine that doesn't have quite as large hooped area,
you'll just need to be making more of these blocks.
That's right, probably. This one has just a simple pocket that is embroidered in the hoop, but then it's joined and attached.
And then this one has a zippered pocket.
And the zipper pocket on this one, because it's the 7x7 square, that's completely made in the hoop, that pocket. And of course it's all assembled with your sewing machine.
And I think probably the only other difference is this one's probably a bit more technical, not that much harder.
It is more for someone who's more advanced, but
you find that the piping actually gives a bit more structure.
Yeah,
you can see this one's sort of a bit collapsed.
That's right.
This one gives it more.
So
structure.
even if you're making yours with the 5x7 hoop, you can still do the piping. You will just follow the same instructions for the actual construction of the bag. You either put the piping in or leave it out.
Yeah, that's right.
And then but the rest of the blocks and everything are just made like that. We've used our mesh pockets at the back, so you could put your water bottle or whatever you want to keep in there. Maybe if you're using it as a gym bag, you could put a little towel in there or something.
A scrap buster, isn't it? Because all the panels are made of different little fabric pieces.
Well, we actually did just get our scrap bins of fabric and use them for that one.
Yeah.
This one here, we've actually used our shades of grey fabric pack. You'll probably recognise it.
So that's our shades of grey. So there's a lot of different greys. We find that it's very hard to get lots of different shades of grey.
Yep.
And then we've included some brights that sort of complement the grey.
So just you can see there, like as a set, they just all complement each other.
But
perfectly.
you don't need to do that. But if you have a fat quarter pack lying around, be perfect. So that's that. So so that's coming in the next couple of weeks. Allison's going to do a video with Martin. And they're going to talk about it more in depth about the design and everything like that. So stay tuned for that one.
Yep.
I think that's all we need to talk about this week.
That is. So thank you for joining us, and we'll do another Sweet Talk next week, hopefully.
See you next time.
Bye.
We are stoked to be back bringing you all the latest news and designs from Swpea Headquarters. If any of the designs on this week's episode of Sweet Talk caught your eye, you can go purchase them over at our website, swpea.com. That is swpea.com. Tell us in the comment section below what new Swpea design is your favourite and why. And as always, remember to like and subscribe the video. Happy crafting to you all.